Well, good evening, everybody. Hello, it's Brad.
And Krista.
We're the Big Family Homestead. Coffee in hand and ready to get
Clink.
some shenanigans on here. I hope you guys are having an awesome, awesome evening or morning, I guess it could be.
Depends on where you're at.
And depends are nothing. I won't even.
No, don't go there.
I won't go there.
No.
Hey, how's it going?
Me?
Sure.
It's going great.
That's fabulous.
Isn't that
I'm so
fabulous?
glad to hear it. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So there is someone from on the other side of the
Pond?
globe.
Where?
Actually.
Who for art thou? Who?
Carol Fleming
Where?
is in Australia.
What?
Yeah.
Cool. So I guess that means
probably
it's like
cold
fall?
there. It's cold there.
It's got to be fall?
Yeah. What is the temperature in the winter? What's the average temperature in winter?
If you don't mind sharing
Australia?
where you
If you don't mind sharing, Carol, I would appreciate that. I've always been curious, but I didn't
Well,
look.
yeah.
I could look. But
We've got some friends from New Zealand who they mailed us the coolest box ever. It
a
had
couple of times.
like a little bit of the pizzazz of New Zealand, like maps and newspapers, and there was even some rugby regalia of the all black team, and that was awesome.
And some Lord of the Rings.
Of course. I'm straight up nerdy, and I loved that.
Lord of the Rings. What's the word I'm thinking of?
It's winter in Brisbane, and
25 degrees Celsius. Oh, okay. So it's like our summers.
Yeah. It's pretty hot.
Yeah.
So, welcome everybody. We are going to talk about a thing that is, it's been coming. It's been coming, and everybody knows it. Inflation, and not scare you. Like, I know there's a lot of channels that we will deal with what we're doing to kind of try to stave that off for our family, and hopefully it will be helpful to you. But before we do, I see that you guys are all sharing where you are from and how hot is it? Because go ahead and tell me what's the temperature, and I'll say hi to a few people that have shown up. And Mom, you say hi to a few people that's shown up.
Okay.
I'm scrolling on your mark. She's gonna say hi to as many people as she can in 30 seconds.
Right.
On your mark, get set, go.
Steve, Kathy, Scott, Yarn Prepper, Ann, Dan, Felicia, Jan, Debbie, Ann, Renee, Rosalind. Or is it Rosalind? Probably Rosalind. Ann.
She's stalling. I'm gonna go. I'm going.
I don't even know that the whimsy. I can't see. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm having a hard time reading.
Anna Whimsy.
Anna Whimsy.
There you go.
Maybe.
I don't know. You better keep
what
going.
happened with the camera? It's blurry.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
Truth Drops, Pamela,
There you go.
Grampy
Your
Canvas,
turn.
Steve, Yarn Prepper, W5, Truth Drops, The Bulletproof Pastor, Erica, good morning too. Good morning too. I'm used to doing that for our Bible devotion, which is Big Family Devotions. I say good morning to everybody. Steve, good morning to Steve. Good morning, Delaney B. Scott. Good morning to This Is How We Rock with Alex over there and Barry Sparks. Holy mackerel. You want to see somebody who knows how to play a bass guitar. Let's just say it's unfair that there are people that are that gifted, and then there are people like me. So it's kind of like Barry, and then Brad's down here somewhere.
Oh, come on now.
He's excellent. Oh
He
my
is
gosh.
really good.
He's played in so many bands. And Alex, they have this YouTube channel. Let's just say that I don't think I could live the way that she does. And I like organization. I like organization. If organization is your thing, and living simply is your thing, go over to This Is How We Rock, because she's the queen of
Minimalist.
let's keep it simple.
Yeah.
Let's keep it simple.
Yeah.
And it is fun to watch her kind of push Barry around every once in a while, verbally, not physically, because she's a kind soul.
Yes, she's very sweet.
Kind soul.
Yeah.
So let's see who else is here. Kimberly and Judy and Felicia and Two Chicks Homestead. Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to have to.
Good evening.
Good evening. If I don't see you.
Good evening.
Good evening and good night.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Yeah. Beck Bell says, well, Alaska was 100 degrees in 1930. Well, were you there then? I don't know. It's a while ago. Sister
there.
Amy, hello from Central Wisconsin. We're in Central Wisconsin, Sister
We are.
Amy.
And today it was about 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where go. That's the best part. Push him around. Oh, Dan Schneider. Be a good boy. All right. Here's the thing. I have delicious coffee that Mom made. And I'll tell you what, folks.
It's decaf.
If you're
Definitely decaf.
I've been recording a lot, and so I've been staying up at night because it's the only time in the house that's really quiet.
What are you trying to say? Are we loud?
I'm saying that we have kids.
And dogs.
And that's all you need to say?
Yeah.
Because
I think our dogs are louder than the kids.
there's a lot of people from Wisconsin.
There is a lot of people from
Alex in
Wisconsin.
southern Wisconsin.
And I think, isn't Yarn Prepper? Doesn't she live in Wisconsin?
I think she does too.
I thought so.
I think she does too.
'Cause I think we were talking about the weather, and she was hoping that some of the rain that we had a couple weeks back would go towards her.
Well,
So-
we have talked about having like a get together, like picnic thing, just to kind of hang out with everybody.
Briefly. Yeah, briefly.
And there's enough people from Wisconsin that I will bet we could get some incredibly amazing cheese curds.
Yeah. It's really too bad that place nearby closed.
Well, and okay, if you guys don't know what a cheese curd is, I will let Mom describe the squeakiness and the deliciousness.
Cheese curds are, it's a fresh made cheese. And I believe it's made as like the cheddar cheese is made, but it's then fresh. It's
so
not
cheese.
aged.
It's weird. They're like the cheese flavor that you think is like amp it up. It's like this one goes to 11.
Right.
This cheese goes to 11. But what if that cheese over there is a 9? And
but cheese curds go to
these
11.
ones go to 11.
Yeah, no, the cheese curds are super, super yummy. I think my favorite way to have them is deep fried.
Deep fried, yeah.
That's the only way to go. Fresh ones are great
Heather's here.
when they're cold. Hi, Heather. When they're cold. And it's a strange thing for me to see when I go to a gas station that they're just sitting on the counter.
Yeah, they don't refrigerate them.
That bothers me. It really does bother me. Cheese is supposed to be cold.
I
And
have
know
no idea.
it's probably better for digestion, blah, 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 but cheese is supposed to be cold. Sorry.
And I've seen them sitting there for a long time, like days and days and days. But people still buy them.
Yeah.
They love them. Hey, there's another Wisconsinite.
And Jan lives in Park Falls. Yeah.
Come on over. Bring your cheese
Abbotsford.
curds.
Oh, the Abbotsford
Abbotsford?
ice cream place has good cheese curds. Okay. Yeah.
The
Okay.
one
now,
that has that really weird painted, faded ice cream cone
that
out front.
needs to be repainted.
They really
yeah,
should.
It really does.
Yeah.
There is a very large, very delicious restaurant that is around here, and I will not
Which one?
It's the one our friends own in town.
Say it, Culver's.
Okay, it's Culver's. We have some friends at church that own the one in
They own the franchise.
In town.
Yeah.
And I don't like their cheese curds.
I do.
I don't care for them.
Love them.
I don't know what it is.
Still love them.
Maybe it's the batter, the coating. I don't know. I just don't care for them. Anyway.
Yeah, well, and I do. But the thing is that if they don't get it fried long enough and it's still a little bit cold in the middle, that's not why you have a fried cheese curd. But if they squeak. They squeak if you chomp them.
Lori says if they are cold, they don't squeak.
I've had them cold and they squeak.
I've had them cold. First time I ever had them was when we lived in Cincinnati. We got them at Jungle Jim's.
Anne's mentioning the poutine, and I think that would be delightful. That's it's a Canadian thing mainly, from what I understand.
Is it?
But it's like French fries with cheese and gravy and stuff all over them.
Oh, see, I like
just loaded fries. That's what we would call it.
Chili on them. But no, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love Culver's. I really do. I just don't care for their cheese curds. Now,
I love them.
Their pretzel bites.
Oh, hey, you want a little secret?
And their cheese sauce?
As anybody, poutine. Yeah, it's called, poutine.
Yeah.
I know what I was going to say is if you are within, say, an hour drive of a Culver's, anybody within 1 hour drive of a Culver's, because I'm going to give you a little tip that we didn't know, and I used to dislike their French fries, but we liked the hamburgers so much that we would go and we didn't really care about the fries. You'd eat them or whatever, but because the butter burgers are insane. Oh my goodness. They're so good. It's the best daggone chain from here till California where you get Jack in the Box.
Yeah, I've never had Jack in the Box.
It's very similar. The animal is they have this burger that's it's ridiculous. And you're going to have to bring a mop and definitely some, because you'd bite it and it's just like, gah, it starts dripping down and you don't even care. You're like, will somebody lick my arms clean? And you don't mind. And somebody will go, sure, man, gotcha.
Oh my goodness gracious.
It's so good. Yeah. Okay. Well, if you're within 5 minutes of a Culver's, I'm going to give you a little bit of a tip. You can request to have them extra crispy. And you get at the drive-thru, they've never messed that up for us. If you say, can I get my fries extra crispy? And it always helps if you say, please. But please, can I get my fries extra crispy?
Yeah.
And they'll double fry them. So they're super crunchy, but they're not burned.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. You got to wait an extra 5 minutes.
It's worth the wait. And then get their cheese sauce.
The cheese sauce.
Now, okay, we talk like this that we have Culver's all the time.
We don't.
We don't. Maybe once a month?
If maybe once every other month, probably.
Yeah. So, it's such a treat.
Wow.
Such a treat. Sorry, Debbie, we're making you hungry. Sorry
well,
about that.
let's quash that right now.
Yeah,
let's talk about some inflation. And again, so if you're just jumping on right now, we're not about fear. We're not about scaring you. We're not about going, oh my gosh, this guy's falling, like we talked about earlier. Yeah. But we need to be aware and attentive to what the heck is going on, because I don't know if you've been to the grocery store lately, but things are getting out of control in terms of finances. Now, we typically do not buy a lot of butter.
Nope.
Because we make the butter.
Right.
But when you get the butter and you get it and it's a good deal, then we get it because frankly, it's actually cheaper and less time, everything for us to buy butter if you can get it cheap than to make it.
Right. It takes me a long time to make butter. Probably 2 hours from start to finish. After cleanup, setting up, clean up, all of that. It's 2 hours. So it's a long time, and when you can buy butter for $2.50, $3 a pound, that's, that's worth my time.
I don't know what you guys are paying for butter. What are you guys paying for butter? Because normally we won't buy butter unless it's $2 a pound.
Or less. Yeah.
We just won't.
Right.
There's a gas station around here called Quick Trip, and believe it or not, they actually have a lot of fresh stuff that you can get, and pretty often they have $2 for a pound of butter.
Yes, they do have butter on sale. Excuse me, the tea is making me burp. I'll get it straight.
$1.99, $2.99.
Yeah. So they'll have it where it's a limit of 5. So I'll go in, I'll buy 5, and he'll go in and buy 5, and
when you can get it,
you get 10 pounds of butter, and you've got it for a long time.
This butter here.
And we generally never buy organic butter.
We never buy this because it is so expensive.
Yep.
This, my friends, was $9 before the sale.
Right.
Because to be truthful, we did not. We bought this, but we only bought it because it was on sale. This is normally $9 now.
Yeah.
The price has gone up, and it's on here. The price used to be $4, and it went up to $9.
Right.
We got it because, boom. There's no way.
$2.
There is no way. But here's the thing, people. You got to start watching what it is that you're buying, because things are changing, and they're changing fast.
Yeah.
I think I've told you guys about the regular cans of coffee. Like the one that if you have coffee every day and maybe almost a full pot, it'll last you a month. That's what does me. And I drink coffee, not as much. I mean, this is Mama's frou-frou coffee, and I love it. Yeah, Alex, $9.
$9.
No
Gene. Lie. We both saw it. Yeah.
And the normal price on here is $3.99, but they jacked it up. And I'm going to tell you what's happening. That's the big deal. Okay, what's happening is the big deal. So the normal things of coffee, they had in the past been $5, $4.99 when you could get them on sale. Now what is happening, and I've actually talked to grocers there, is they're starting to sell it all out. And I said, well, why are you guys selling it all out? He said, because what they're doing is they're shifting the size of the cans so that you're going to keep paying $4, but you're going to get a lot less. So they've got to shift out. I said shift.
Sure.
This is a family show, pal.
I know you did.
This is a family show.
It just sounded like something else.
It did not.
So they're shifting everything out, the old stuff out, to bring in the newer, smaller cans.
And it's happening
same price
all
or higher
over the store.
Yeah.
I couldn't get over it. Like normally we went and bought fresh stuff that we can't grow here, things that you cannot buy here. Or I'm sorry, I just saw a comment.
It's okay.
We're going to go ahead and comment. All American, yeah. I know you didn't mean any bad, but
he didn't. It's right.
I know.
It's okay.
I'll leave it.
Yeah, okay.
I know you didn't mean bad. But anyway, here, we'll even show it just because that's it. Yeah. I said shift.
I know you did.
But anyway, if you watch, the prices are going up over the whole store. And normally we'll buy things like apples and bananas. Because we don't have apple trees here yet. We have them, but we have apple trees, but
they're not producing apples yet.
Yeah, Debbie.
We cannot grow bananas here.
No. And things like pineapple,
oranges,
stuff that would be really, really hard to get. And then we'll get stuff like this if it's on sale.
Right.
But then we'll go through every aisle in the store and we'll look around and say, okay, how are we on like? We can make our own pastas. We can, and we have made our own pastas, but it's a pain in the butt.
Well, like this, it's not cost effective to buy. It's not cost effective to make your own pasta when you can buy a pound of it for $1.
Well, they're getting rid of that. They're shifting it out. They're shifting. Jig. You people.
Yeah, you're fine.
What's wrong with you people? It was not James.
No.
Jeez,
it
Pete's
was
man.
Not. He said it properly.
You be kind, bro.
While we can buy these items at $1, we will.
And I did not say it,
Did
Gene.
not.
You guys are just busting my chops.
Go back, rewind it.
I'm just going to start deleting everybody. And we'd be like, out, goodbye.
Can you dry freeze or freeze dry butter?
Can you freeze dry butter? Yes. You absolutely can.
Yeah.
Yep. Because we're Thrive Life freeze-dried food company consultants. And they used to sell it in the big cans. And we have butter powder.
Yes.
We do, and it's freeze-dried. I don't like it.
Yeah. No, I don't. I'm not a fan.
We love our Thrive Life, but there's like a few products that's like, doesn't taste right.
Yeah. It's not good to mix and then fry eggs in. You can't do that. It's great for baked products.
Baking, that's about it.
If you're making a cake or muffins or things like that, but it's not something you would fry in. We have lard for that. So when we don't have any more butter or can't make our own butter, then we have lard. I've got tons of lard.
Well, and that's the thing that's nice about lard is that if you can it properly, then it'll sit on the shelf for years without refrigeration.
Yep.
And let me tell you what, biscuits made with lard.
Gotta have it.
And here's another thing. If you've never cooked with lard or have not used it, if you canned it properly, it doesn't taste like bacon. It just kind of tastes like something real, almost buttery.
There's a way that you can process the fat off of a pig, where if you cook it low and slow,
that is the tempo.
That is the tempo. You don't get that bacon flavor or smell. You're not smoking it. It's cooking very slow. I actually put it on low on one of those little fifth burners, not on my stove, but on a separate little burner that I can control the temperature better. And I keep it on low, and I'll put it on there all night long.
And it
just
is
let
just
it go all night
pure
long.
white like a pearl when you're done.
Yep.
You know, question here. How can I make my coffee last longer besides not drinking it? Val, I'll tell you what I've been doing, but I messed up. And there was a gross moment.
You don't want to tell that.
I'll tell them. Okay. I don't. We live on YouTube, people. It's going to be okay. What I'll do, and I actually did this last night, is I've got my little coffee pot because Mama has her like coffee bar.
I have my beverage
which is her
bar.
frou-frou
for
when friends come over.
Exactly.
And it's like, hey, would you like Southern Toppy pumpkin surprise with a side of chai powdered, blah, blah, blah. And she does all that.
No, I don't do all of that.
It's great.
Some of that.
I love it.
I have a Keurig
But
and a tea kettle.
I'm only
on
allowed
my
to touch
beverage
it
bar.
for things like this.
That's not true.
I'll hold my finger out if that helps. Does that help? Because it's a Keurig.
I'm going to leave.
That is dang good Keurig.
I'm done.
So anyway,
yeah.
The coffee, what I'll do is I generally don't drink the whole pot, but I'll drink at least half, maybe 3/4 by the end of the day when I'm just like, I'm done coffee. I'll take what's left and then I'll fill, I won't dump that out. I'll fill it up all the way back to the top again, the little pot thing. Then I'll only take what's in the filter, the grounds, and I'll put like, instead of 5 scoops or whatever it is that you're supposed to put in there of spoons, I'll put in it like 2 freshes. And then that way I'm kind of recycling the coffee to get it a little more coffee-y. I know.
So gross. I don't like
she
coffee.
She doesn't like coffee anyway.
I don't like coffee anyway, but then to reuse the grounds for
I love it.
Several days.
It saves us the moolah. And I'll stretch it out a good long bit. But I will say that if you're not careful and you leave it too long, that inside of your pot where you put the water in can get gross. And I found out the hard way one day when I was like, what is this? Oh no. And there was like, just make sure it's clean, people. Keep it clean.
He does clean it out.
Keep it clean.
He does clean it once a week with vinegar and water. So he does clean it out.
We can't live without coffee either, says This Is How We Rock. Oh my gosh.
No, I can live without coffee, no problem.
You guys need to come over just for the coffee bar, honestly. Maybe we'll have a tour. We'll get one of those like red velvet, like people, line placeholder things,
like they do at the
at
White
the movie
House
theater.
and the so you can rope off certain
we'll
areas.
rope it off, and you guys can walk in and see the coffee bar, and then go home. No,
You're a goof.
look at the
You're a
coffee
goof.
bar.
Or we could just take a picture and put it online.
Let's just say that she spends far too much time, money, and effort in Hobby Lobby crafting her coffee bar.
Okay, no, I'm done with that. Maybe.
It's
Just
true.
trying to make it nice.
It's twoo. It's twoo.
It's twoo.
Heather
Yeah.
says what?
Krista Starbucks. My grandma would boil a whole pot of coffee, drink it all day by reheating it in the microwave.
That's what I do too.
He does that too. He will drink the entire pot.
Yeah, I will. Ours is too minimal. Says this is how we rock. Yeah, let me tell you what, people. It's kind of ridiculous, but here's the secret part. This is where, as the man in the house, we were watching Home Improvement yesterday. Mm-hmm. As the man of the house, I'm supposed to act like, oh, that's such a big deal. Why are you doing all this and blah, blah, blah. Don't you think that's a little excessive? But secretly I'm going, does she have almond and raspberry sauce anymore? Because that was nice last time.
And yes, I do. Oh, wait, actually, we're out of almond.
No, I put some in
vanilla.
I got almond extract today when we were at the store.
We have vanilla. You could probably just put the almond straight in the vanilla.
You guys want to see the coffee bar? I'll tell you what, we'll do a tour of the coffee bar tomorrow.
It's not a coffee bar.
It
is a beverage bar.
It's a station.
Because when we have guests over, I have a pitcher of water and a pitcher of sweet tea. Plus there's coffee and there's hot tea and there's hot cocoa.
Oh, boy.
And there's lots of sweeteners and so.
Well, you know what?
Yes, deep down, Brad does love it.
Yeah, we do.
He does.
We love Hobby Lobby.
Yes, we do love Hobby Lobby.
Another thing I love about Hobby Lobby is when you go in there and the music. If you ever listen to the music, it's all these praise tunes that I know, but they like put them to jazz music.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm like, that melody sounds really familiar.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's Amazing
awesome
Grace.
God.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christa, the barista.
Steve's saying Brad the barista.
All right, folks, let's get down to some brass tacks here. Inflation. That's really what I want to talk about. What are things that you're noticing that are going through the roof? What are you people noticing that is going through the roof? I have no idea what kind of accent that was, but it was
going out of my face.
Get that corn out of my face. Name that movie. If I did the accent so bad. Rural King
plays nothing but
Christian
they do.
Music.
Oh, that's cool.
Get that corn out of my face.
I wish there was a Hobby Lobby in Abbotsford.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I have not seen one.
Okay.
There is going to be a Tractor Supply nearby, though.
Things that people are saying are going through the roof.
Cereal.
Meat,
yep.
Gas. Yes.
Limits on packs of chicken at Sam's.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Keystone beef, bakery bread, meat, almost everything.
Mm-hmm. Fruit.
I'm coming to your house for coffee.
Okay.
Done deal, Scott. Come on over.
Yep.
It's a done deal. I'll tell you what, though, if you're not invited, you really should reconsider because we've got a really long driveway with a very good line of sight. Mm-hmm. Driveway alarms, the whole nine.
Right. And we, yeah.
Don't come unannounced.
We have a tower.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. Okay, other people, bakery and bread, ammo's out of, well, if you can find ammo.
If you can find it,
If you can find it. Rent? That's new.
Utility bills?
Gohan. Okay. Chicken feed. We're doing a video on chicken feed.
Yes. Toilet
paper. How you can save just about half your money on chicken feed.
Yeah.
And they go gaga for it.
Oh, yeah. Our chickens are going nuts for
Fermented feed, people.
Yep.
Fermented feed for your chickens.
Mm-hmm.
Flour
and
sugar
milk,
rising.
Not water.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm using the extra milk that we get from our cow.
Procter & Gamble and Kimberly Clark and they're screaming.
Prices in September.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, that's what they're saying?
Oh,
Horse
man.
feed.
Yarn Prepper, you gotta get in contact with me. I've got a place for you.
We can get canning lids.
lids.
Yep.
Yeah.
And will they ship them?
No, but I will.
You will. Okay.
If I can get enough, then I will. So
You know what? Maybe we'll work out a deal with them.
Yeah.
We've got some friends that own a small store that's awesome, and they are great people. And they ended up buying a boatload of canning supplies, lids, rings, the whole thing.
No, just lids, no rings.
No,
Just
I saw
lids.
some there. I did see some there. Maybe that's not what they bought in bulk.
They bought just rings, just lids, I believe.
Loads of them.
Yeah, loads of them. So if you need some, let me know.
Well, and maybe we can work it out where we just connect them. But okay, power bill is crazy high. Houses are expensive. Fermented feed. We're going to talk about that in a minute, Kathy.
Yeah.
If we don't, remind me, okay? Because it's how you can save half your money on your chicken feed and a lot of different animal feeds, especially birds. And need lids. James, you're going to have to text or email us.
Yeah.
Email us.
I don't know how many I can get, but I can get a few.
Email us at info.bigfamilyhomestead@gmail.com. One more time. It's info, period, like a dot.
Yeah.
bigfamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Okay. So what are we going to do about this? Because we're all in this together. I don't care if you got an R in front of your name or a D in front of your name or an L in front of your name or nothing in front of your name. You're going to be paying more for the stuff you eat, the stuff you drink, the stuff, and you can blame whoever you want. We're not going there. We're just not going to go there. So please don't go there. But let's talk about ways that we can all get through all this. That's something that's a huge benefit to us all, because that's what this is, community. We're building community, right? So what we are doing is stuff like looking around for alternative ways to cut our costs. We start with our animals because our animals feed us.
Right.
And if I can feed my cows cheaper and keep them as healthy, we're going to do that. And let's talk about the chicken feed. You can ferment your chicken feed, and a lot of animals love it even better. Now, describe what it is, and then I'll describe why it works.
Okay, so we are taking we will feed our chickens. Our chickens are free range, so we still want to give them a good, healthy feed in the evening when they get put back into the coop. So we give them one, of those quart scoops that you get at the feed store, and then we'll give that to them every night. Then what we do is we take that scoop and we'll put it into a couple of gallons of milk. And what it does is
you can use water too.
You can use water. We just happen to have a lot of extra milk.
Because of our cow.
Right. So what will happen is that feed will absorb that milk and it will expand, and then it will begin to ferment. And then the chickens, or whatever animal you're giving it to, we're giving it to our chickens because our cows don't like it. They're picky. And so it actually, their body is able to use it more. When you give them just the dry feed, they only use 20 to 30% of it, and then the rest
crisscrosses the other way.
Yeah, the rest they poop it out. But once you ferment it, they actually use more of it.
A lot.
As nutrition. So you only have to feed them half.
Yeah.
So that one scoop of feed actually now, instead of goes for 1 day, is now for 2 or 3 days.
And it's easier for them to digest.
Yep.
And they feel fuller because the actual feed expands a little bit. And like Christa said, they're actually getting more nutrition out of it. And we are going to make a video on this soon because we had been testing it. We'd been testing it out to make sure. We knew that it would work because we've talked to friends of ours who we trust.
Yep.
But, we don't want to make a video on something that's like, we are the authoritative, and we haven't done it.
Right.
And so we've done it, and now we know that it works. The chickens flip out. They want it.
Love it. They absolutely love it. And we keep it in the barn, which is nice and warm all the time, so it's not in a cold area. So the fermentation goes quicker.
Yep.
And so I put today's Monday. So yesterday evening, I put a scoop of feed in some milk, and it was already fermenting by this morning.
Yep.
So we're feeding our chicks this same feed, so they get half because there's only a few of them. They get, I think I gave them a couple of scoops. Anyway, doesn't matter. And they're just gobbling it up. They absolutely love it.
Yep. And they don't make a mess now.
Nope.
They waste it. They don't like fling it everywhere.
No, they're not scratching in it either because it's wet. So
will that work on husband? Here's your bucket. Eat.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, no, they are loving it. We don't have any more waste because it goes in. We put it in a rubber pail, one of the short feed pails, and pour it in there, and it's gone by morning.
Yeah. Yeah. And so what we have done is set yourself up with some buckets. We ended up getting some really cool buckets that are not what?
Scott said, oops, I must have fermented mine too long. I think the chickens were hungover this morning.
Laying around. That's hilarious.
That's so funny.
Just get yourself some buckets. The only thing is that you're going to want a towel or something to kind of cover it just to keep out nastiness. If you've got a problem with rodents, like rats and mice, you may want to find something that will let the gases out as it ferments, but will stop the not predators, the rodents from getting in. Yeah. Because they'll get in there and they'll probably die. I mean, what's gross is the chicken will eat it. The chickens will eat it, but
it'll spoil the feed, and you don't want to do that. So we have a barn cat that helps to keep our rodents at bay.
Stone cold killer.
They are. I haven't seen a single rodent. I don't see evidence of a rodent. Nothing. But the problem we have is with flies. So I do keep a towel over the top of the bucket because it doesn't really matter. The chickens will eat all the flies too. Yeah. But it's just gross.
That is one benefit of living up here in Wisconsin is that if you can keep your barn under control for most of the summer, you're not going to have a problem during the winter with mice and stuff like that.
No.
So inflation, guys.
Wait, one more question. I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Sonia is asking, are you using scratch grain or pellets? We're actually using a layer mash. It's like a powder. It has corn. It has all kinds of different grains in it.
It's rough, but it's a powder.
It's ground into a powder. And it works fantastic. So like I said, we have these, how many gallons do you say those blue buckets are?
I would say there are 4.
4 gallons. I fill it halfway with milk. So it's 2 gallons of milk, and I put 1 scoop of the feed in there. And by this morning, it was fermenting already.
Oh, they love it.
Now I am rinsing the buckets out when I'm finished.
Or they'll get disgusting.
Or they'll get gross. But then I made up 4 buckets, so that's enough feed for the week. And then I started another one. I just poured the milk in there tonight. I didn't actually put feed in it. So
yeah, and just to answer your question, pellets will work. Yes. They work just fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the funny thing is you are fermenting it. That's what it is. And I think that's one of the reasons why the chickens like it so much, because it's like a very, 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 very mild beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
all the probiotics from the milk and the fermentation of the feed, it's great for their gut, and it's super healthy. And we're gonna have some awesome eggs this winter.
They're gonna be.
Oh my goodness!
You know what's funny is the color of eggs. Like if you ever see any shows on TV or YouTube, like cooking shows, and they'll crack open an egg, and most of the time it's this pale, almost not even yellow, runny looking horrible yolk thing that's not right. Ours are like the most bold orange.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
We have egg.
Yeah. So we've got some really, really healthy, excuse me. The mint tea is making me burp. They are super, super healthy. So I'm really excited about how healthy our eggs are.
Yep. So here's the other thing. Inflation, guys, it's coming. And it's already upon you. Tanya, I don't want to get too off, but she's asking another question. Can you use store-bought milk if you don't have fresh? You can, but it would be so expensive.
It would be. I would just use water then.
Yeah, just use water.
If you don't have access to fresh milk, I would just use water. The only reason we're using milk is because we have tons of it.
Yeah.
I wish we had more people that lived closer, because then we could share.
Yeah, and that is the truth. Actually, we've been trying to struggle with what do we do now, because we have 2 milk cows, because the goal originally was always to have one in milk and one that was not. You know, we would stagger when they were going to get or have calves.
One would be dry, and then the other one would dry up after the other one was in milk. And
yeah. But right now it's lined up to where they're both doing the same thing.
Yeah, right now, yeah. Yes, I do make yogurt for the family, but I can only make so much yogurt.
Yeah. Roy, we do make cheese with it. I make mozzarella that is killer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I had never made it in the past successfully, but one day I just got a wild burr a couple months ago, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to learn how to make mozzarella.
Yeah, I have tried and failed, and he did it the first time and did it and made it, and it was...
Maybe it was
all right.
the sun aligned with the moon. No, I think I just read different instructions.
Yeah.
How long does it take to ferment?
Depends on your temperature. It's been
keep it warm.
Yeah, it's been warm here. It's been 70s at night, 80 during the day. So it went pretty quickly. Now in the wintertime, we'll put the fermented feed in the garage.
Okay. Roy's asking for the recipe for the mozzarella. Well, we'll make a video on it, but it's honestly, it's milk, it's citric acid, and the cultures. That's it.
Rennet, not
cultures. Oh yeah, rennet. Sorry.
We did make a video not too terribly long ago.
Yeah. It's on there. We've got it.
Yeah.
And it worked great. It was super easy. And one thing that was super nice about that, we're talking about beating back inflation. Cheese is out of the oh my gosh,
it's through the roof.
It's over $5 for 1 pound of cheese now.
That's crazy.
And that's not even good cheese. Where when we make mozzarella, 1 gallon makes a hefty almost 1 pound. It's like super close to 1 pound of mozzarella. So that's pretty good, because then you can still use the other milk for other stuff. You can actually use that for fermenting the whey.
Oh yeah, you totally could.
You could use the whey.
There's a lot of protein in the leftover whey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yarn Prepper, do you ever go to the Wisconsin Amish? We deal with them all the time. Matter of fact, we deal with the person that does the butchering of our animals is a Mennonite.
Yeah.
And that's over there.
Yeah, we do. We've bought feed from the Amish. We deal with the Amish a lot. So they're super awesome people.
Well, and okay, pounding back inflation, guys. Here's the thing. Obviously, you should know the basics in that if you buy in bulk, you're going to do better. And if you buy at today's prices, you're probably not going to go wrong. But the real key is making sure that you can have it so it doesn't go bad.
Right.
Or whatever it is. Because let's say that you bought a 50-pound, let's say you bought 4 50-pound bags of flour. Well, flour does go rancid. And if you don't use it in time, then you're going to have wasted all that money.
Right.
So learn how to do stuff like store it up. Get yourself some food grade 5-gallon buckets, Mylar bags, and oxygen absorbers, and you can actually seal that up.
Well, if you're using Mylar bags, does it necessarily have to be food grade buckets?
No, it doesn't. It's just habit.
Yeah. I mean, if you're putting the food in
a food grade bag
in a bucket, then in just the bucket to store it for daily use, then it should be food grade.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. But that's really the key, is start looking at different ways to preserve what you've got. And if you've got, the ability, here's a big one, folks. Please, please, please pay attention. Start finding people in your local area that you can barter with. If you got some weird ding dong with funky glasses who can say, you know what, I'll make you some mozzarella. What can we trade?
You're talking about yourself.
No.
Well, and that's the thing. I'd love to be able to trade milk.
Yes.
To folks nearby.
Eggs.
Cheese. Because in Wisconsin, it's illegal for raw milk
to be sold.
Yes, to sell raw milk. Farm sales, anyway. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
but
kind of a bummer.
Find people that are like-minded.
Mm-hmm.
I know this puts people out of their comfort zone a lot, but if you can just say hi to some people, if you're like, let's say that you're at the farm store and you're kind of hanging out and you notice people that maybe might be, in your kind of group where you might feel comfortable talking with them, find a reason to go over and say something.
Yeah.
There's always so I see that you're looking at those hoses there. Do you garden? It's so easy to come up with something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Just strike up a conversation with contraband guy. Strike up a conversation with somebody at the feed store, or the hardware store. You never know who you're going to meet.
Hey, cool. Konnichiwa. Hello. I don't know if I said anything Japanese. I've heard that. Dinah from Japan is from Japan.
Oh, very cool.
I think it's konnichiwa.
Yeah.
Actually, if you are from Japan, then you will most certainly know Barry Sparks, who used to be for a long time the bass player for Bees.
Yep.
B-Z, not like the cute bug, but the band. Yeah, so cool.
Born Gearhead. Oh no.
Gearhead, cool.
Oh no.
Depends on what kind.
Yeah.
Ridge Homestead, it's illegal to sell ridiculous.
Yes.
Not illegal to barter. Correct.
Right.
That is correct.
Right.
You are correct. And I'll tell you this too, people. There are states now that it's illegal. Hear me out here. It's illegal to harvest rainwater off of your barn or your house and
Not
store
here.
it.
Not here. Oh, I was going to say, wait, not here.
I just said.
I was reading a comment. I didn't hear you say that. So.
Yeah. It's illegal to harvest rainwater. There are too many rules, and there are going to be far more rules.
Yeah.
So please get to know the people that are around you and start learning how to barter. And it may put you out of your comfort zone just a little bit, but look around for people who have things like seeds. Seeds are a beautiful way of pushing back inflation, because if you can harvest out 20 squash, and let me tell you what, summer squash are probably the easiest thing to grow.
Oh yeah,
ever.
Fast too, super fast,
and a lot of food.
Mm-hmm.
If you can harvest that out, you're going to have fresh, vegetables for the grill or roasting or however you want to do it, and it won't cost you but time. Time is the big deal. What?
Nothing. I'm listening.
Oh, okay. I thought there might be some.
Nope.
Yeah. But learn how to barter. That's really the big thing, because I'll tell you what, we have a little bit of all kinds of things here because we want to be able to provide. And if things got weird, we'll be able to continue to have meat. We'll be able to continue having dairy products, stuff that'll come out of the garden. And what we don't have, we can trade around.
Yep.
We've actually been doing that more and more. And so that's really honestly the biggest thing, because if you can't buy this for $9,
would never pay $9 for that. Never.
Could you trade something for it?
I'll make my own butter.
Well,
and sell it then.
Here's the thing. I mean, right now we've got our raised bed garden right now, and I want to double it. I'm going to double it like ASAP.
Yeah. In
terms of size. But if we didn't have that, we could barter eggs or milk for somebody to till that land. And there's a lot of people who've offered.
Yep.
We traded some, let's just say real money, not fiat money, for all the soil that goes in those.
Yep. Real currency.
Real actual currency.
Yep.
So, do you guys have any tips before we say goodnight? Do you have any tips on ways that you're trying to push back inflation? Because, yeah, silver is legal tender in some states. Yeah, it says Swagger.
Neat Flair says, I stopped buying Nestle products when their CEO said that water should not be considered the right. He wants to control the water. I control my money. I will never buy anything from Nestle that Nestle owns. Wow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Medicines, Melanie, good call, Melody, or Melanie. Growing herbals is a way to have various medicinals, and studying herbalism. Yeah, that's a great way. Look into wild lettuce extract.
Yep.
It's a painkiller. It's a natural painkiller, and a lot of people say that it's very similar to a painkiller that is not legal, but doesn't have all the weird side effects.
Yeah.
And it's legal.
Yeah.
Butter freezes.
Yes, you can freeze butter. We do. Anytime I make butter, I freeze it, and it lasts a really long time.
Yeah.
I actually even freeze milk when I know that we're going to have to dry up a cow, and we'll have that dry period for a while. I'll freeze milk in gallon freezer bags in a square tub so that it's a nice square shape, and I can stack them nice and neat. And I'll freeze it for Grace, so I can make her food while our cows are all dry. So yep.
Well, guys, I got to tell you what.
I'm tired.
That's what it is. It's been a long day, and we honestly just were going to come on and show you the butter, and then things got out of control. So
that's generally what happens when we go live, honey.
I'm done. Are you done?
I'm done. I was done hours ago. It was not a good day for me pain wise. So.
Oh yeah. If you don't know, she's got Lyme's disease, and some days are good and some days are rough.
But fake it till I make it.
Fake it till you make it. So before we head out, if you guys are interested in an online Bible devotion, I lead one, and it's in the mornings, 8:30 Central in the morning, 8:30 a.m. Central in the morning. And we keep it light. There's no arguing. There's no fighting. We don't bicker and gripe about different denominational things. We just read the word, we talk about it, and we pray. And so you're officially invited. It's called Big Family Devotions. That's a separate channel, just so you know. So it's Big Family Devotions and 8:30 a.m. So hopefully we'll see you around.
Yeah.
You got to say something.
Good night. If I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Good night.
Have a blessed and amazing night.
That's it.
Yep.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. We'll put the intro at the end because there's no end screen.
I thought you had an end screen. The scene 2 was
No, that's
black.
just a lower third.
No, the last one, the bottom one was
No,
scene
that's
2.
just
It was just black.
That's to
Just
tell
go to
people
black.
go to black.
Just
fade
go to black. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
bye.